Something on your mind you wanna talk about. Slip in Brandon's tub and talk it out. Hot tubs, hot takes. Hot tubs, hot takes tonight. Let's start the show.
Welcome to Hot Tub Hot Takes, the Socratic Soaking Symposium. I'm your host, and today we have a guest. What's your name?
Nick Tenaglia.
Sweet.
Yeah. What was that first word you said?
Welcome.
Incratic.
Socratic.
Oh, I don't know what it means.
Have you ever heard of the philosopher Socrates?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the method, Socratic method?
No.
Okay. You interested in hearing about what it is?
I don't know.
All right. I'll model it for you then,
right.
rather than tell you. I hear you've brought a take,
Yes.
and I'm going to figure out what that is. If Aria, can you bring me the take?
Oh, nice. I could have read it that fast.
So it said there on the take card that you think
Yeah.
that silent letters shouldn't exist.
I agree with that.
You
but I
agree
wrote
with
that.
your own
With
statement.
the-
You
with
agree
I
that
wrote
you wrote it?
Yeah, I do.
And I'm going to give you the space to sort through a minute or two opening statement to give me something to work with about why you think that silent letters shouldn't exist.
Well, most importantly, I think that they make me look dumb all the time. In writing letters, mostly, probably birthday cards is the most writing I'm doing these days. People think I'm dumb when I text. If I would have known that texting would be such a big thing when I was a kid, I might have learned how to spell a little bit better. I think that's true. They don't make any sense to me. I think when you're young and you're in elementary school, everyone's like, sound it out, and then all of a sudden it's not time to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's bullshit. I feel the same way about, what was that thing in math that you used to, you put it in a box? You know what I'm talking about? To do like the times tables?
Oh.
It was a method.
Oh, a lattice? Is that
Lattice method, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only one I was ever good at. And then they were like, don't do that anymore.
When did they tell you to stop lattice?
Well, it doesn't. I don't think it makes sense to do, but
Oh.
it made sense in my head. What's another thing? My last name, which is this. I'm not mad about this, but Tenaglia. I just wanted to quote Lil Wayne. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. So it should be Tenaglia, because it's Italian. It's a whole other story altogether. Now I'm just stalling because you look so smart.
What about me do you think looks smart?
Glasses mostly.
Oh, so you're projecting your wishes onto me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the way you hold that mic, baby. With such confidence, like
I
you'll
gotta
never
be,
get
I'm
electrocuted.
going to be frank with you. It looks like we're holding it the exact same way.
Yeah, but I got this little tiny gun on my arm. What do you got on there?
It's a question mark that explodes with color.
Because you're asking all the right questions, dude. You were born to do this.
You ask questions until there's no more questions to ask, and awe comes out. But back to the take.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk tattoos after.
Yeah, I'm bad at spelling, and it makes me feel stupid.
Well, first of all, you going to say something else?
No.
You looked like you had more to say. Maybe.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I could see
I was going
it.
to say when I'm texting, people are like, why don't there's spell check.
They say that to you?
Yeah. Well, your friends, you have old friends they're going to keep it real with you, right?
Yeah.
But you got to come close enough. There's certain ones that bother people, but...
So, first of all, I want to validate your emotions.
Thank you.
Right? Because I think there's a difference between emotions and rationality, and I don't want to just railroad over your emotions with my rational thought. So, first of all, you're not wrong for feeling the way you do emotionally.
I've never done therapy, but I imagine this is a lot like what it's like.
You've never done therapy?
I'm really into it, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to talk, and then you say... You validate my emotions, and I'll say some other stuff.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to validate you from a rational perspective.
Oh, okay.
So that's where you might be let down. But we can circle back to
I'll
the
just blow bubbles while you do that part.
Well, I'd appreciate if you stay present with me.
All right.
So that you could respond accordingly.
That seems fair.
Okay.
Okay.
So the issue I have with your take and a hot take is if you're going to say, like, the word shouldn't is like a moral imperative, right? It's something that you're claiming for more than just yourself, right?
Yeah, but you lost me at moral imperative.
Okay, then all right.
I'd like to also point out that it's all nerd shit.
What's nerd
I'm just
shit?
kidding. I don't know.
No,
why I
what
said
did you?
that.
No, what did you mean by that?
I don't know. The way that you said that, I thought maybe we would fight after.
All right, I'm gonna say it without saying moral imperative.
Okay.
The word the word shouldn't. I'm right here. The word shouldn't is not. You could say silent letters shouldn't exist for me, but the problem is that they can't not. I mean, they could not exist for
When do
you,
you
but then
need
you'd be
'em, though?
misspelling stuff. Need them for what?
For the word.
Well, you don't need them for the pronunciation.
Like
of it.
knife would be fine without a K in it,
Oh, so how would you spell it?
which I knew before today.
You'd spell it. You'd spell knife N-I-F-E.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you could do that,
Right.
right?
And I might do
Well,
that.
it sounds like you might.
Yeah,
Sounds like you do.
Sometimes I'll write it. I'll have to go back and be like, I almost forgot. But
Here's the thing. I think there's a certain. I think the way in which we spell words extends beyond. Are you looking at me? Because I'm closing my eyes and you've looked away from me a lot.
yeah.
All
No,
right.
I'm looking right at you.
All right,
It's
sweet.
easier when your eyes are closed.
I'm going to keep them closed for a hot
Yeah.
second when I make this point. There's an aesthetic quality to words. And when you look at a sheet of paper and you see something spelled out, sometimes the way it reads and the way it looks adds to like the essence of it. Wow, that is the best eye contact you've made.
So you think that it makes the word look prettier?
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
I don't think that's grounds for keeping it.
You don't think that's good enough?
Yeah, no. And like what? Like for like what? Cursive or something? Because if you're doing
cursive's
K to N, it's a long
That's
road
one
to travel.
word. That's one word. What are some of your
All
other?
right.
What other words have you gone to
That's
battle
the
with?
thing.
What other words have your
list
friends?
off a bunch of them because I'm not spelling them right, so I don't even know.
Right, but then what's the problem? Like the silent letters can still exist, and you can spell them wrong. Like just because you're struggling with something doesn't mean it needs to become a universal law to like suit your weakness.
But it's not just me though, I don't think. And I think that the people that don't have trouble with it would be just as fine, and the people that do have trouble with it would now be on the same playing field as the people that don't. We could all be happy. I got emotional. No, I'm just kidding. You get what I'm saying, though?
I do.
Plus, fuck everyone else. You know?
Well, no,
I'm
so
just kidding.
that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Though.
I guess I you know, to be honest, and this is gonna paint me in a bad light, I wasn't really thinking about other people when I came up with my hot take.
Do you
I'm
mean
sure
that?
there's other. Yeah, I do
Good.
mean that.
Okay.
And I see what you're saying, but I still think that anyone that so I'm dyslexic is also
Okay.
points for me. I think that
In this debate,
maybe everyone already knew that, but
what is it? Points for you in what?
and the
system?
community,
Oh,
they're
and
gonna
the-
have my back.
Okay.
Not that it matters to them, and I'm sure they're all fine, but I'm just trying to dig myself out of this one. I didn't know my hot take was so selfish, and now I feel bad.
Do you actually?
A little bit. Was that your goal? Is this hot tub filled with the tears of the last guest?
I think a debate or a conversation in which two people are trying to sort through a truth, there's going to be exposure of self-centeredness. I think that's often the
Sure.
problem with people having strong beliefs is they haven't.
I still am gonna need though a better reason than it makes the word aesthetic to look at for them to exist.
You don't believe that that's.
No, that's fine, but
Oh,
is that enough of a reason to keep? You think that's why they exist? You think that's where it all started? Someone wrote knife and was like, "Check, want to make this word sexy?"
I can't. I'm going to be frank with you, and this is where I'm going to agree with you. I can't think of a practical reason they added it.
Other than to fuck with me.
No, see, that's where I'm wrong.
Yeah,
that's where I
no.
think you're wrong. Right. So, I
I
don't
think that
know
that's
if it
true.
came. I don't know if it came maliciously.
It was foretold that I would come,
I think language is
and
art.
everyone's in on it. It's like my Truman Show.
No, but look, frankly, you asked a beautiful question, which was,
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
well, I don't know if you asked a question, but you were talking about you feel bad because your take was self-centered, and
Yeah.
I think a good-hearted discussion is one that raises people's egos to the surface and separates it from the argument so that truths that are come up with and argument and claims that are made can serve the most amount of people possible.
I agree.
Great.
Do you agree that we don't need them?
Okay, so here's where I'm going to agree. No, listen. I agree that we don't need them. I don't agree that they shouldn't exist. Here's what I'll give you, and tell me what you think about this.
Okay.
I agree that if they already didn't exist, that we wouldn't need to make them. But I don't agree that there's reason enough to get rid of them if they already exist.
Because that would be crazy to do that.
Yeah, I just don't think like we need to up and ruin an entire like language because you're misspelling things in your text.
So can I rephrase the take then?
Yeah.
They should have never have been invented.
Okay. I think that's a beautiful way to leave this then.
And I'd be out here, I'd probably be doing haikus somewhere, confident.
You know what I want from you?
I have all these haikus that I've never shown anyone.
I'm going to be honest with you. I want a bunch of your misspelled haikus.
So yeah, we'll just text one day and you'll be like, oh my God.
We're going to text tonight.
Hell yeah, we are. We're
And
about to
you're
be
gonna-
best friends.
It could happen.
Yeah, because even though you were right, I wasn't mad at you for it.
There you have it. I've been your host. We've had a guest, and the guest isn't mad at me for being good at my job.
Yeah.
Take care.